Hey, Soul Tribe. Welcome back to Peace in a Pod. For those that are new here, I'm Loretta. Thank you guys for tuning in. And let's get right into it. So, a couple episodes back, I spoke about transmuting some energy, but very lightly touched on it. And I said I was going to do an episode to actually share the details step by step, section by section of like how to transmute negative energy into something positive. And, because people can say, like, oh, stop thinking about it, or don't worry about it, or, change how you feel. And it's easier said than done. So I just wanted to share the very specifics of how to do that. And I might have to break this down into two episodes depending on how long it gets, because there's quite a few steps, and then I'm going to elaborate quite a bit in each step just to kind of give some examples to get you or whoever may need it through the process. And I also have like a quick, like 20-second transformation process. But I'll save that to the end because I think it's better to understand the process first, before you just jump right into like trying to find a quick fix. I feel like having the details of how it actually works would help you understand what you're trying to do or trying to get out of it at the end. And I've gotten to the point where I can transmute like just about any pain or negative situation into my power. I at first didn't know how I was able to do it until I started like writing down, like while I was doing it, I started taking notes basically. And I'm just going to use those notes to kind of explain the processes of each step. But it took time. It wasn't like I did it once and then everything was fine, because it was a new process. And to learn something, you have to practice it over and over until you can get good at it. So the first thing I did was, instead of trying to like fight what was going on or try to convince myself that it wasn't what it was, the first thing is you need to acknowledge the energy, acknowledge the pain, acknowledge what you're feeling. Don't fight it, don't try to ignore it. If you try to fight it or ignore it, that negative energy becomes stuck. And when it's stuck or you suppress or deny it, it prevents the positive transformation from happening. So, in order to have that positive transformation, it begins with an honest awareness of what it is that you're feeling. So, first, take a moment, sit still, name what you feel. For example, I feel angry, fear, heaviness, loneliness, sadness, whatever it is, name it. Breathe into the energy instead of resisting it. So acknowledge it, say what it is, breathe into it. The awareness removes the resistance, and resistance charges negativity. Awareness dissolves it. And you can sit with it for like a minute or two. Name exactly what it is that you're feeling. Notice the sensations, the emotions, the images. And you can even write it down if you're a visual person. But acknowledge it and name it. Next thing you want to do is try to locate the energy in your body, the pain or the energy in your body. And remember, emotion is energy in motion. It exists in the body. So then ask yourself, where do I feel this? Is it in my chest, my stomach, my throat, my back? Then you want to place your hand there and breathe gently into the area for a few slow breaths. This helps pull the energy out of the mind and into the body where you can work with it. Next, you want to neutralize it with breath. Negative energy is usually tight, fast, or contracted. And your breathing rebalances the nervous system and softens the contraction. So then you want to inhale through the nose for 4 seconds and then exhale slowly through the mouth for 4 seconds. And just repeat that a few times until you feel like you're a little more relaxed and calm. Those long exhales signals the body that you are safe. It's kind of like a sigh of relief for the body. And this immediately reduces the emotional charge. Now it's time to change its form. And this is the actual transmutation. This is where the alchemy happens. So ask the emotion, what are you trying to tell me? What do you need from me? Negative emotions almost always reveal a fuel source. For example, a fuel source for anger could be clarity, boundaries, passion. For fear, it could be intuition, self-protection, preparedness. Sadness could be compassion, release. Stress could be desire for organization or rest. Jealousy could be desire for growth or expansion. When you find the message hidden in the emotion, the energy then flips. And this is the heart of the transmutation, turning that raw emotion into insight, direction, strength, compassion, or power. Now we move on to release the old charge. Now that you've changed the form of the energy, you can release the old part of it with these simple release methods. You can do them all. You can choose one that works best for you. You can do a variation of a few of them. Whatever you feel helps your body release the energy. But the first one, shake your hands out vigorously. Second one, while standing, shake your whole body for about 30 seconds. Just wiggle it out, shake it out, jump it out, bounce it out. Third one, exhale loudly. That's the one that I use myself because of releasing it. I can feel it leaving my body. And that's my preferred method. Now, if I'm in a public setting, I'm not obviously breathing all heavy and loud around people because that's weird. The fourth one, write the feeling down on paper and tear it up or burn it. That's for the visuals. People who want to see it gone, that's probably a good one for you guys. Fifth one, visualize it leaving your body as smoke or light. That's for the imaginative folks out there. And applying any or all of these simple release methods, that helps clear out any of that leftover static, that leftover energy that might be lingering, gets it all out of there. Just in case there was some bits and pieces that you couldn't speak out, this will help release the rest of it. Okay, now that we've released the old charge, it's time to replace it with a higher frequency. Negative energy leaves a void, so you must feel it. And you can do that by choosing a positive frequency such as calm, confidence, gratitude, love, power, peace, whatever floats your boat. So after you choose the frequency that you desire, here are 3 options you can use to fill that space. 1, you can imagine a golden light flowing into the area where the emotion was. Just kind of sit with it a few seconds and feel the light filling in that space. Or you can repeat a supportive affirmation, such as, I transform challenges into opportunities for growth, or I transmute this negative energy into self love. Also, I release fear and embrace courage. If affirmations are your thing, please do check out my affirmation daily journals. They're 90-day journals. You can find them on Amazon. Links will be in the description box. And third, you can place one hand on your heart and breathe in your chosen frequency. You can choose one of those, two of those, all three of those, whichever is more your vibe. And if you have something else that you feel that is a good way to bring in positive energy into the body, try those. No method is a one size fits all. And lastly, the final step that I use to transmute energy. Take one small aligned action. Energy becomes real when you move with it. For example, if you transmuted anger into clarity, then set a boundary. If you transmuted fear into intuition, then take a safer step. If you transmuted sadness into compassion, then nurture yourself. If you transmuted feeling overwhelmed into desire for structure, then organize one small thing in your life. These small aligned actions lock in the transmutation. And that, my beautiful soul tribe, is how I have managed to transmute any pain that I'm feeling, any negative energy that I'm feeling, not pain like need to see a doctor, like pain because I'm sad or angry or something. If you have any medical conditions, please seek medical care. But yes, so for transmuting the pain, transmuting the negative energy, these are the steps that I use, that I have walked myself through. And this is exactly how I came up with my self-help guide, the Thriving Through Chaos guide. I pretty much took all these notes, broke everything down, threw some affirmations in there, some quotes in there, and some exercises to help work through situations, to manage life and the chaos that it throws at us. And all of that was in that guide was created from these notes over like a year of experience in life, and just being fed up with not having the joy and the happiness that I'm here for. So that self-help guide was generated from all of this and presented in a interactive guide, so to speak, to help people get through the struggles that they may be going through, because we all have something going on in life. You know, everyone's life isn't all rainbows and unicorns and kittens and puppies. We all go through something. Not everybody talks about it. And if you're the type of person who doesn't like to talk about it, that Thriving Through Chaos guide might help you out. And for all of you that have purchased it already, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you guys and love all the support that you provide for me and the podcast. And before I wrap this up, I do want to include the quick 10-20 second transmutation process that I use now that I've mastered the whole getting through all the steps. So what I use, if you're looking for something a little quicker, um, after you've been able to manage transmuting that energy well enough, I feel like if you're in the beginning stages, the quick process is probably not for you. You need to be able to know how to make it and get through all the steps before the quick steps will work for you, because you really have to understand the process and what it is that you're trying to do in order for it to really work. But anyways, for the quick transmutation, this is what I do. I name it. This is anger. This is sadness, fear, whatever it may be. I breathe into it for one long inhale, like 4 or 5 seconds. And then I exhale the charge with an audible sigh, like, huh, like let it out. Just gotta let it out. And then I ask, what is the gift inside of this energy? For example, I need to use more discernment with people. Then I choose the higher energy that is replacing that negative energy, and I breathe it in. And when I do that, I feel the shift instantly. But that's because I've already worked through like the trial and error of going through experiences over and over, trying to figure out why it's happening, what's going on. And it took me a while, but it was trial and error of trying different things to see what would stop whatever it was from coming up. And that practice is the whole point of being able to transmute the energy. You have to face it. You have to acknowledge it. You have to sit with it and not like stew in it, sit with it. Just you have to understand what it is and try to see what it is trying to tell you or show you. So if you haven't mastered the full process, the detailed version of it, it's going to be hard to do the 10, 20-second transmutation process because you don't really understand what you're doing if you're just doing these 5 steps. So that's why I wanted to share a full-blown detailed version so everyone understands, like when I say transmute it, like I'm not just talking a bunch of nonsense. Like there is a way to do it. And usually when I'm sharing other messages, it's hard to like go into the details of that because I don't want to get sidetracked on the actual message that I'm trying to share. So this specific episode is dedicated specifically about transmuting pain into purpose and power. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And I was able to fit it all into one episode, thankfully. Thank you so much for tuning in to Peace in a Pod. And I will catch you next time. Bye. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Peace in a Pod. Please do comment, like, follow, share, rate, subscribe, all of those things. And I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.